Bonjour! Today we are at the Jardin des Plantes in Paris, and the reason is because I'm going to take you to gardens, squares and parks with cherry trees in bloom. So the Jardin des Plantes is on the 5th arrondissement. It's practically beside the train station Austerlitz on the left bank of la Seine. The Jardin des Plantes, it's a botanical garden. As you can see, the trees are huge. Those are the biggest cherry trees that I found in Paris. They are perfect for taking pictures. And you will also find many flowers. Right now you have tulips and wildflowers. It's a really gorgeous garden. If you're on the left bank, I suggest for you to visit. It's a quite big garden. It's part of the National Museum of Natural History. And I have to remember that gardens, parks, here in Paris, they close at certain time. So you have to check their web pages to see which is the timetable for them to be open, as depending on the season, the times are going to be changing. I'll give you all the names and the locations on the description. It is a totally free activity. And you know what is also free? Guess what? Our channel. You can subscribe and we send you love from France with love. And let's share the love with family and friends. We can keep growing the community and showing you all the beautiful places from France. The origin of this garden goes back to the 17th century. Many writers like Victor Hugo or Honoré de Balzac evoke the garden in their romances. Jules Verne wrote the character of Pierre Aronnax for his 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, based on a professor at the museum at Le Jardin des Plantes. Here you can find different species of cherry blossoms. You will be able to find the pale pink, the white, and also there is a fuchsia. There are really different tonalities of flowers, and some of them are quite smaller than the others. During the springtime, Paris gets very windy and sometimes it rains, so you have to be prepared with the kind of shoes that you are going to be using and a raincoat. Let me know if you get to see the cherry blossoms in your country. If there is a tradition of going to parks to see the cherry blossoms. I know that in the USA, in Washington DC, they have more than 3,000 trees, creating a field of cherry blossoms. And we're leaving Le Jardin des Plantes till the next garden. And we arrived to Square Paul-Langevin. It's on the 5th district, again on the left side of la Seine, behind the Polytechnic School, where many prestigious scientists have studied. This is my favorite square to come and see the cherry blossoms. You also find camellias that this time of the year they're flowering. It's a gorgeous square. It has a very good size. In the center there is a fountain with steps at each side, and once you go up you will be able to have a beautiful panoramic view of the square and see all the trees that are blooming. Here you can find a bench to just sit, people watch, relax, read a good book. You can hear from here the bell from Saint-Étienne-du-Mont. It's a church beside the Pantheon, and it's kind of the back of this square. You can also bring a sandwich from any of the bakeries. There are lots around, or a pastry. So you will be able to have a picnic. But please don't feed the animals because you're going to find lots of birds and they should be able to keep their natural diet, not to eat processed food. This video it's dedicated to all the people that love flowers and spring and they enjoying going out to discover what's new after the winter. By the way, many of the squares and parks, they do have a free washroom. So if you're in a need and you are close to one, just go in and try to see if they have it. We just arrived at the square Gabriel Pierné. It's on the 6th district on the left bank. It's behind the Mazarin Library. And this is a really gorgeous place to see the cherry blossom because it's in a small square. There are not many people because it's hidden. Most of the people that knows about this place, they live around or they work around. So you're not going to find a big crowd. And because Paris can get windy during the springtime, you will find like a carpet of petals. It's gorgeous. It has a romantic French atmosphere. It's also called the secret garden. That's the way many people describes it. There is a sculpture called Carolina. And Carolina, it's a small girl around 7 years old. Italian sculptor Marcello Tomazzi, made in bronze. The square is named after Gabriel Pierné, a French organist and composer. And he lived pretty close to the square in Saint-Germain-des-Prés, a historic and artistic district of Paris. Pierné, he composed operas, ballet, and orchestral work, and he served as the organist of the Church of Saint Clotilde in Paris. Now we are in Rue Rivoli, the famous Le Marais. On the right bank, 4th arrondissement, the 4th district of Paris. And this place is called the Combattantes et Combattants du Sida. It's a place to honor and remember of all the people that has passed away because of the AIDS. It's a place to honor and remember the lives lost through AIDS. It's a symbol of hope. And in this place you will find also a merry-go-round for children. So it means the life and the future, hopefully without the disease. And we arrived to Jardin de Tuileries. It's on the 1st district, on the right bank of La Seine, and it connects the Museum of Le Louvre with Place Concorde. It used to have a palace, but it was burned down by riots in 1871. Here you can find different kinds of cherry trees, and you might be lucky to find the gardeners. What I did is I start talking to them and they start explaining the different cherry trees. They have lots of work from spring to summer, as depending on the season they keep changing the kind of flowers, and you will see all the colors, lots of contrast. This garden is well known because of its location, but you might be able to find a bench where you can sit and admire the beauty. By the way, you will find that the Museum of l'Orangerie, where they have the Monet water lilies, it's inside the garden on the opposite side of Le Louvre. So it's toward the Place Concorde. And if you haven't seen yet my video Dive into Monet Water Lilies, I invite you. You can search on my videos from France with Love. Here we arrived to Parc Monceau on the 8th district, the right bank from La Seine. A very chic area, beautiful mansions that have their backyards toward the park. And because nowadays the temperature it's getting warmer, you will find people that live around or even work around. They come to this park to run, do their exercises. And here you also find a variety of cherry blossoms. You can find that they are different colors. There are even yellow cherry blossoms, which I have not seen yet. I hope one day I'll be able to go to Japan, and if it's a cherry blossom season, I might be able to see it. But it also has a variety on the amount of petals, the shape of the petal, not only the color. In case you're visiting the church of Saint Augustin in the 8th district, you will be able to find a beautiful square surrounded by Ottomanian buildings, and the square is called Marcel Pagnol. It is frequented by children who live in the surrounding area, and they come here after school to play with their friends and their neighbors. The French culture places great importance on children playing and being in contact with the nature. It is nice to see children running after a ball and developing camaraderie with each other. In case you're visiting the Pantheon or the Church of Saint-Étienne-du-Mont, on the 5th district at the left bank of La Seine, you can find the Place Jacqueline de Romilly. She was a French philologist, a classical scholar, and a fiction writer. And in the year of 1988, she was the second woman to enter the Académie Française. See you soon on my next video.